Hello class 11. In this video, I shall be continuing with you Leela's thread. This is part 3. I'll just give you a brief recapitulation of what had happened. We find that Mr. Shiva Shankar, he was brooding over a servant's problem when Siddha had come in, and he gets confused that whether to take him inside the house or not because he was a stranger. So he asks his wife that what is to be done. So the wife says that the man doesn't seem to be worse. He is of the same kind. But what gives him entry into the house is the little girl Leela, who tells her father that she really likes Siddha. And as Siddha enters, we get to see that there's a very strong bond of friendship that grew up between them. Siddha role plays as a teacher and teaches Siddha. Siddha tells her different stories, and then Siddha tells her about the moon. Okay, they play with the ball. And wherever Siddha goes, Leela accompanies. So one fine day, one fine evening, when Siddha had gone to the market along with Leela, after coming back, her mother notices that Siddha's golden chain was missing. Am I clear? So after that, what happened is she calls. She gives a slap and says that I have already told you to take out your golden chain and put it inside the box, but you did not listen. Now I will continue with the portion that is left. Siddha, Siddha, she shouted a moment. So she shouted. Siddha came in. Leela's mother threw a glance at him. Leela's mother looked at him, thought the fellow already looked queer. Queer means strange. She asked him about the chain. His throat went dry. So his throat, it went dry. He blinked and answered that he did not know. So he said that he did not know about it. She mentioned the police and shouted at him. So she mentioned about the police, that if you do not listen, I'll tell the police everything. She had to go back into the kitchen because she had kept something in the oven, and obviously Leela followed her. She stated, give me some sugar, mother, I'm hungry. She was a little girl, she was hungry and she wanted for some sugar. So she went along with her mother. When they came back and she shouted, Siddha, Siddha, there was no answer. Siddha had vanished into the night. So Siddha disappeared. Mr. Shiva Shankar came home an hour later. So Mr. Shiva Shankar had come up home later, grew very excited over all this, went to the police station and lodged a complaint. So he went to the police station and he lodged a complaint. After her meal, Leela refused to go to bed because she was habituated with the stories of Siddha. I won't sleep unless Siddha comes and tells me stories. I don't like you, mother. You're always abusing and worrying Siddha. Why are you so rough? So see, she's a little girl. All this complexities is not in her mind. So she's telling you keep on abusing him, and there is a reason this has happened. He had left all of us. But he has taken your chain. So the mother says, Siddha had taken your chain, so he's a thief. Let him. Doesn't matter. Tell me a story. It doesn't matter. To her, she values Siddha more than the wealth. Sleep, sleep, said the mother, attempting to make her lie down on her lap. So she is attempting to make her sleep. Tell me a story, mother, Leela said. So Leela said, please tell me a story. It was utterly impossible for her mother to think of a story now. Her mother was disturbed. The thought of Siddha made her panicky. So she was panicked that what could have happened if Siddha would be there, because she is doubting Siddha that Siddha definitely would have taken it. If not, then why would he leave? The fellow with his knowledge of household might come at night and loot. So this man knows everything about their house and he can come at night and loot them. That was her fear. She shuddered to think what a villain she had been harboring all these days. So she thought what a villain he was that she was leaving with them. It was God's mercy that he hadn't killed the child for the chain. So it was God's mercy that the child is safe. Sleep, Leela, sleep, she cajoled. Cajole means to pamper. Can't you tell the story of the elephant? Leela asked. Can't you tell me the story of the elephant? She's asking of the same story that Leela had told her. No. Leela made a noise of deprecation and asked, deprecation means disapproval, and asked, why should not Siddha sit in our chair? Mother, she asked, why Siddha should not be valued the same? Why he did not sit in the same chair with us? She did not know of all these complexities, of all this hierarchy. So she asked a simple question. Mother didn't answer the question. Leela said a moment later, Siddha is gone because he wouldn't be allowed to sleep inside the house just as we do. He went because we did not allow him to sleep with us inside the house. Why should he always be made to sleep outside the house, Mother? So why he always slept outside the house, Mother? I think he's angry with us. I think he's angry, so he had left, Mother. By the time Shiva Shankar returned, Leela had fallen asleep. Leela was sleeping. He said, what a risk we took in engaging that fellow. It seems he's an old criminal. So it seemed that he was an old criminal. He has been in jail half a dozen times. 6 times he had already been in jail. The reason was he stole jewelry from children. So it was the same reason. From the description I gave, the inspector was able to identify him in a moment. So by the description he gave, the inspector was able to understand who he was. Where is he now? Asked the wife, because she is bothered about the golden chain. The police know his haunts. Haunts means hiding place. They will pick him up very soon. They are going to pick him up. Don't worry, the inspector was furious that I didn't consult him before employing him. So the inspector was a little angry that we did not consult him before taking up a stranger in our house. 4 days later, just as father was coming home from the office, a police inspector and a constable brought in Siddha. Siddha stood with a bowed head. Leela was overjoyed. Siddha, Siddha, she cried. So when Mr. Shiva Shankar was coming home, the inspector took Siddha along with him in their house. Leela was very excited to Siddha after so many days. So she called out, Siddha, Siddha, she cried and ran down the steps to meet him. Don't go near him, the inspector said, stopping her. Why not? He is a thief. He has taken away your golden chain. So don't go near him. He is a thief. He has taken your golden chain. Let him. I'll have a new chain, Leela said. And all of them laughed. She's a little girl. She doesn't understand all these things. So she said, I don't care. I've got my Siddha. Now I don't care about my golden chain. And then Mr. Shiva Shankar spoke to Siddha. And then his wife addressed him with a few words on his treachery. Treachery means betrayal. Then they asked him where he had put the chain. Then they asked him again that where he had kept the chain. I have not taken it, Siddha said feebly, means very softly. Why did you run away without telling us? Asked Leela's mother. There was no answer to this. Then they said that if you have not taken, why did you run away? To this, there was no answer. I'll keep it till this much. In the next video, I shall continue with the rest of the part. Thank you.